So this journey started 18 months ago. We weren't given much of a chance except for the keep us in friends no one's well. And they know that we as a group will contribute. And boy, I looked at a map the other day. The Wall Street Journal came out with this beautiful map. And they had the red states, blue states, and that was something about. Because there were a lot of red states that weren't supposed to be red. A lot of them. But more impressive was there was a map a couple of days after the election, and it showed the red counties, blue counties, and the entire country practically, other than a couple of little points, was red. That was some big victory. That was some victory. And records were set that haven't been beaten since Ronald Reagan from the Republican side, and we've gone back. In Iowa, we had areas that haven't been won since 1952. And we had areas, the folks from Iowa, you know where I'm talking about. They said, you can't possibly win this area. And we won the area. And we have locations and we have destinations. And I said before, and I was telling some people, the next time, 4 years from now, the next time, we're going to win the old-fashioned way. We're going to win because we did so well, because it was so overwhelming, the thing that we did, because it was so beautiful how great our cabinet, all of whom are here tonight, how great our cabinet has performed. We have a cabinet, I believe, the likes of which has never been appointed. There's never been a cabinet like this. I will say the other side is going absolutely crazy. They're going crazy. But we have a group of people that I just felt we had to go. Today, as you know, we appointed a Secretary of Agriculture. He happens to be a farmer. He happens to be, oh, there he is. Look at that man. Sonny Perdue. He came into my office 2 months ago. Since then, I saw 10 people that everybody liked, politically correct. And I kept thinking back to Sonny Perdue, a great, great farmer. He loves the farms, knows everything about farming, knows everything about agriculture. He's been successful in farming. He knows the good stuff and the bad stuff. But people came into my office and they said, I'm really wanting the job. I said, let me ask you a question. Do you have any experience with farms or agriculture? No, sir, I don't. I said, have you ever seen a farm? The one gentleman, who's a great guy, we'll find something else, okay? But I can't make him Secretary of Agriculture. But we just named Sonny Perdue, so I want to congratulate you, Secretary of Agriculture. When I was leaving, I just saw General Kelly. And when I was leaving, he's, just to put it in the most basic terms, he's in charge of our borders. And they had on all of the stations that lots of things are happening along the borders. Like there's tremendous security all of a sudden. And there are guards. Even before he gets there, they're saying, wow, what a difference. What a difference. You know, I was very honored to get border security, all of the Border Patrol agents, they endorsed Trump. We had 16,500. ICE endorsed Trump. And they know what's happening, or they've already started, because General Kelly is going to do an unbelievable job in keeping us all safe. And speaking of safety, we have General Mattis. Now, I don't know if he likes being called Mad Dog Mattis, so I will not call him Mad Dog Mattis. I'll just call him General Mattis, but he's here someplace. He is going to keep us safe. In fact, it was the shortest senatorial interview I've ever seen. I think they're afraid of him, actually. But just in case you have any question, don't worry, he's going to pass. But the cabinet members are doing really fantastically. I've watched most of it. I've heard most of it. They have really, really done a good job, and I was very proud of them. I'm very, very proud of my picks. There's not a pick that I don't love. And if there was, I'd tell you right now. Probably would, actually. I want to thank the cabinet for being here. I want to thank all of the senators that I see you're here. I want to thank all of our donors. They're big donors, small donors. There are donors that got really, really generous the day after the election was won. Oh, I have a couple. They got so generous. Hi, Don, I just want to tell you, I just sent a big check. Oh, great. Should have sent it a week before. That's okay. We love you, too. They are now officially a member of our party. You know, we've picked up hundreds of thousands and millions of Republicans. Not only did we do great in the election, you remember, we cannot get to 270. They were right. We got to 306. You cannot get. I know CNN I was watching. I was watching all of them, in all fairness. All of them. The main networks, the cable networks. Although Fox has treated us very well, I have to say. Very well. Very well. Very well. And when I say well, by well, I mean fairly. But they were saying you cannot get to 270. I went to Maine 4 times for 1 vote, and I got it, but I didn't need it. But this was a victory for all of us. A victory for all of us. And in the audience, by the way, I see my great brother, and I see Anne Marie. Thank you for being here. I see my sister, Marianne, and David. Where is there? Right there. Who happens to be a Court of Appeals judge. She is tough. She is tough, but highly, highly respected. I see my sister Elizabeth, which is great. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy. We actually have a very, very good family. We have a family that gets along. My sons, look at them standing there. I say, why aren't you campaigning today? Eric and Don and Tiffany, who was incredible, and Barron is home. But we had a great group of people, right? We worked hard. In the audience, we have somebody that's under no pressure whatsoever because he's got a great quarterback named Tom Brady and a great coach named Belichick, Bob Kraft. So good luck, Bob. Your friend Tom just called. He feels good. He called to congratulate us. He feels good. Good luck. You're going to do great. Thanks. So I just want to thank everybody. We're going to have 4 incredible years. It's going to be something special. We have in the audience a special person who's worked very hard, who married very well. It's my daughter Ivanka. Where is she? I sort of stole her husband. He is so great. If you can't produce peace in the Middle East, nobody can. Okay? All my life, I've been hearing that's the toughest deal in the world to make. And I've seen it. But I have a feeling that Jared is going to do a great job. I have a feeling he's going to do a great job. So you'll work with him. And one other person I have to thank. So we had actually 18. People said 17 people running. It's 18, including Gilmore. Now, I like Gilmore because he endorsed me right away. Okay, that's good. But he was the governor of Virginia, in all fairness. Is he here? Yeah, he's here. So we had 18 people running, and we had Reince. And I said before, nobody knew how to pronounce his name. It's a crazy name. They call him Rance. Steve Wynn just called him. He's still not pronouncing it right, Steve. But Reince Priebus, now everybody pronounces his name right. He's a star, and I knew that a long time ago. And he had a problem because he sort of liked me. He didn't like me because of my personality. He thought I could win. He thought I could win. Phyllis Schlafly, the great Phyllis Schlafly, you know who that is. So, she's a great woman, was a great woman. Passed away 6 months ago. I went to her funeral in St. Louis. And she came out against all of her fellow conservatives. And she said, I am not endorsing anybody else but Donald Trump. I don't care what exactly he is. He's like an unknown quantity. But he's going to win. And Reince sort of had the same thing. And Reince was taking tremendous abuse. And I want to thank, by the way, Phyllis, because she went through hell. I'm telling you, Phyllis went through hell in that last period of a year. And she turned out to be right. But Reince had the same thing. And Reince sort of, I always felt he favored me. It's like a coach who has a player and you sort of favor. But Reince is fantastic. Reince has been an unbelievable leader. Now, he had to win, because if he didn't win, it was over. He would have been fired. We would have said, Reince, you're fired. Get the hell out of here. But he is an unbelievable leader. He's an unbelievable talent. And he's been my friend, and he's been with me from the beginning. So I want to thank Reince Priebus. And just in finishing up, Tom Barrack called me. Tom Barrack is where's Tom? Got to be around here someplace. Tom Barrack. He's a very, very successful guy. Colony Capital. And he became my party planner. In fact, every time I have a party, are you available? I'm having one in about 2 months, Tom. He and all of his friends, they came to me, they said, we'd like to run it. I said, what the hell do you know about running it? Well, between Stephanie, where's Stephanie? I saw her. There she is. Stephanie, what a job. What a job you did. Thank you. Did he finally come through for you, Stephanie? Tom, thank you. Stephanie, thank you. Your entire group, thank you. So far, it's been perfect. Now, the big one is tomorrow at around 12. Okay? Because we had a thing today. We had a couple of things. Arlington National Cemetery. I don't know if anyone saw it. It was so beautiful. So many people. So many people. It was incredible. So we went there, and we laid the wreath with Mike, and it was beautiful. And then we went to the Lincoln Memorial and had a concert. And we thought it would be a small concert, and tens of thousands of people were there. It went all the way to the back. They never had so many people. And very few people ever had a concert at Lincoln Memorial. But what they pulled off was incredible. It was an unbelievable period of time. But tomorrow seems to be the big one. And I made a speech tonight at the Lincoln Memorial in front of all of those people and all of those live television cameras. I can't stand them. But actually, a couple of them are starting to get honest. But I thought it was a very good speech. And so instead of saying it was a good speech, they're saying, doesn't matter tonight. How will he do tomorrow? They never give you credit. But tomorrow we have a speech, probably around 12 o'clock. It may rain, it may not rain. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I mean, the truth is, if it really pours, that's okay, because people will realize it's my real hair, and that's okay. It's okay. Might be a mess, but they're going to see that it's my real hair. But we have a speech that I wrote and worked with Stephen Miller, who's around here someplace, and Stephen is great. He's been with us from the beginning. Stephen and Hope and Corey and so many people have been so great. And I see my Kellyanne. Oh, Kellyanne. Come here. Come here. Come here, Kellyanne. Get up here. Come here, Kellyanne. She's been so great. Wow. So, there is no den she will not go into. When my men are petrified to go on a certain network, I say, Kellyanne, would you do it? Absolutely, no problem. Then she gets on and she just destroys them. So anyway, thank you, baby. Thank you. Thank you, honey. Be careful. So this is a celebration of victory. You're my friends. We needed this victory. 3 weeks before we won, as you know, it was going to be the single greatest defeat in the history of politics. They predicted that this would be the greatest loss in political history, not even modern political history. They said in political history. And I'll tell you one thing. I outworked everybody. I think I outworked anybody who ever ran for office. I learned that from Belichick, right? But we outworked them. And 3, 4, 5 speeches a day, all over the place. And that last 2 weeks, and the last week especially, there was something that was happening. I told the group today, they canceled their fireworks 2 weeks out. And there was a little story that they spent $7 million on fireworks, and they canceled it. And that's because history has proven that if you're going to lose, you don't want fireworks, right? And that was a good sign, and there were other good signs. But what we did in those last 2 weeks, and especially in that last week, it was fun, and we saw what was going to happen. We were pretty sure we were going to win. But again, thank you all very much. We'll see you. We have an election coming up in 2 years. We're going to get a lot of senators and a lot of congressmen elected. A lot. We're going to get a lot of them elected. Mitch McConnell's here. He's smiling so big he loves those words. And we are going to make America great again, greater than ever before. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Donald Trump